Hey y'all, how you doing? What's up? This is a message for my ladies, even though, anyone can really take from this, ladies and men alike. But ladies, it's so important to know your position and who you are in Yahuah. And I mean that in every single way in your life, like in your, just within yourself and your being, because it ultimately affects, your relationships, all your relationships, your, how you, the type of friends that you choose, how you function within the relationship with these friends, the type of man that you choose and how you function in relationship with him. Literally is so important to make sure that Yahuah is your foundation no matter what. Just also for things that are going on within this world. I believe when you truly ground yourself and you root yourself in him, that he gives you a level of understanding that you won't have outside of him, that he gives you a discernment that the world can never give to you. He gives you, through trials and tribulations, that peace that surpasses all understanding. He gives you that inner knowing that you wouldn't have otherwise, honestly. And your relationship with him will save you from so many things. Granted, not only in this world, but of course, most importantly, your soul, right? Your spirit is so important to make sure that you are grounded and you're rooted in him, and that you let nothing or no one sway you. Nothing or no one. And I literally mean nothing or no one. The beautiful thing about having a relationship with y'all outside of your salvation and having that and being a part of the royal priesthood, being a part of, the kingdom, right? The beautiful thing about being grounded in Yahuah outside of that, which is primary above everything, you don't fall for just anything and everything. You don't believe just anything and everything. And no matter what you do or how, wherever this life takes you and you're walking this life, you're rooted and you're grounded. Because of that rooting and grounding, you're not quick to just befriend anybody. You're not quick to give up your energy. You're not quick to, be with a man. You're not quick to settle for anything. You're not. And that you utilize the wisdom that he gives to you. And I think it's so important that discernment, the world cannot give you the discernment that y'all can. The world cannot give you the confidence, as we used to say, Godfidence, but the Yahfidence, we'll say that then. But the world cannot give you that confidence within. Only in him and who he is can only such an amazing being, the author and creator of your soul, only can he give you that confidence within. That's going to keep you falling from the okie doke. That's going to keep you from entertaining people who are not of him. That's going to keep you standing firm in yourself with your back spine erect, confident in yourself, even when people try to shame you and belittle you and talk about you because of your walk with him. It doesn't matter what happens. And I say this from personal experience because I've been through some trying times. I've lost friendships, I've lost connections or what I thought was romantic connections. But these were all things that I was willing to lose and I was willing to walk away from because they weren't rooted and grounded in him know-how. And I know that, when it just comes to the relationship aspect and, from a woman to a man or from a woman dealing with men, I'm not going to give up myself. I'm not going to lower my worth and my value and my, godly standards. I'm not going to come down within myself, right? If I've built myself up so much, I'm not going to come down within myself and my growth. I'm not going to revert back in my growth. I'm not going to decrease in that just to make people feel comfortable because of my rooting. I hope I'm explaining this well and to where you can really grasp it. But literally, when you know who you are and whose you are in Yahuah, anything outside of him, anything that doesn't sit right with your spirit, I'm telling you, you're going to have the upper hand in that, even when it looks to the world like you don't. Like you lost that friendship because why? She was hateful and jealous. She was hateful and jealous, and she always compared herself to you. So she tried to look at all your flaws and try to say, oh, this is not wrong with you. But would it look at her own insecurities and her actual projection of what she's really doing? She's really just projecting her insecurities onto you. You're going to see that. You're not going to, sure, it'll bother you and it'll hurt you. Been there and done that, But you'll see, well, it's because she wasn't really walking that walk like she said she was. So now that's why she don't want to be around me, because my lifestyle and who I am and what I actually walk in, not what I say I am, but who I show I am through my character and my actions and the things that I do shows that I am about what I say I'm about. When it comes to men, oh, you're not going to find a man who's going to wait for you until marriage, or you're not going to find this, you're not going to find that. A godly man, aren't everywhere. Or, oh, a man can be godly, but that doesn't mean he doesn't want to have sex with you outside of marriage, so you should just go ahead and do that because y'all will forgive you. No, you're gonna be willing to walk away from that and not feel a single bad thing about it. Maybe feel bad that you even entertain the idea of this person, but you'll never look at it like, okay, maybe this person's right. Okay, maybe I'll go ahead and do that. Like, you'll never regret standing on your godly standards. You'll never regret standing in Yahuah and who he told you to be, who he has called you to be. You'll never regret saying, nah, bruh, I'm good. I ain't pressed for no meat. Like, I ain't pressed for, what you feel like you have to offer me. If accepting what you feel like you have to offer me, even if you're trying to offer me everything in the world, if all of that means I got to walk away from my relationship with y'all, nah, I'm good. And men are going to despise you. Men are going to, they going to say things about you. I've had men do that. It's like, because they couldn't get what they wanted from me, then they got real angry and aggressive towards me, like the things that they would say and do. And I'll be like, whoa, bruh, like, where did that come from? What did I do to you? Oh, I did nothing to you. But that's the thing. You didn't get what you wanted from me, so now you're angry and you act like I'm your enemy and I did something to you. Like, literally, when you are rooted and grounded in Yahuah, like, anything outside of that, anything that comes your way that tries to challenge that, they don't get the upper hand. Life doesn't get an upper hand with you. Even if you died to this life in this physical body, life doesn't get an upper hand with you because of who you are and whose you are and where you're going after this life, right? Because this life is nothing but a vapor. So I just wanted to encourage you in that in this day. Get rooted and grounded in Yahuah and let nothing sway you from that. But I won't even have to tell you that, because once you get rooted and grounded in him, you'll let nothing sway you from that by default. You're going to be like, what? Oh, you say you're a man of God, but you think, oh, you want me to sleep with you though? Oh, nah, I'm good. You'll walk away. Oh, we supposed to be sisters in the faith, right? Or we supposed to be walking in one accord, and now you're mad at me because I'm calling you out on the things that you're doing that you shouldn't be doing. And now you're mad at me. Okay, I don't need this friendship. Oh, you're dealing with your insecurities within yourself, and now you're trying to project your insecurities onto me because of how you feel within yourself. Oh, no, I'm good. Like, girl, sis, take that over there. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to let you blame shift or put your insecurities onto me just because you feel a certain way about yourself. I'm sorry you feel like that about yourself, but I'm confident in myself and who y'all has made me to be. And if my confidence within myself having nothing to do with you whatsoever, if that is a bother for you, if that is a problem for you, then okay, sis, we don't have to be friends. And you'll feel nothing about it. Like, literally, when you lose that job, you'll be like, okay, that hurt. You know what? That really hurt my feelings. Been there and done it, right? That hurt my feelings. But clearly this is not what Yah has for me. And he has something so much better. Like, life will try you in all these many different ways, but still you'll come out on top and you'll feel just fine outside. Even whatever fleshy human emotion that you might feel that might come along with walking away from certain things or losing certain things in this world, you'll still be okay and feel whole within, because you know who you're submitted to and who you belong to. And he knows your life trajectory, and he will take care of you, and he will provide if you really walk according to his word and you walk in obedience. Like, obedience is everything. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Why? Because a lot of times people only have to sacrifice because they messed up in their obedience. But if you walk in obedience, you don't ever have to sacrifice or feel like you need to, do something to get that connection back, right? Look, we all sin, we all fall short of the glory of God. But when you're really walking in him, right? We all fall short of the glory of Yahuah. But when you're really walking in him, you don't let nothing, even a trip up in sin, you literally let nothing keep you down. And that, honestly, that's what sustains me in this life. He's what sustains me in this life. And I'll never regret choosing him. I will never regret choosing him. Yes, even if that means I'm single for the rest of my life and I'll find somebody because a man thinks I'm supposed to give myself up outside of marriage. I'm supposed to give myself up even though he say he a godly man. Nah. Nah, I'm so good on that. Like, literally nothing can stand in your way, and nothing ultimately is a loss when it comes to the bigger picture, when it comes to your relationship with Yah, if you have to lose things in order to hang on to that one thing, which is the most important thing ever in your life, in this life, man, you haven't lost nothing. In that case, you're only winning. So no matter what the world looks like, no matter what the world gives to you, no matter what happens, it doesn't matter, because as long as we stand firmly and rooted in Him, in Yahuah, we cannot lose, sis. We cannot lose. All right? So find comfort in that. Be encouraged and continue to walk that narrow pathway to righteousness. For many are called, but few are chosen. Narrow is the pathway that leads to righteousness, and very few find it. But broad is the pathway that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. And we're not going that way. We are not. All right? So be encouraged. Continue to stand firm. Continue to stand strong no matter what happens. All right? Word of encouragement. I love y'all. Take care.